I'm Tim Kittro, and here to bring home the bacon are Big Ryan the Fat Guy.
Cut me up, bros. What's going on in the AFC NFC Championship picks against the spread? Fat Guy for the 2020-2021 NFL season. A very weak week for us. 0-4 in the divisional round. We are now 130.
We said don't bet.
Yeah,
Go
we did
on.
say don't bet. 130, 133, and 3. 49.4% on the year. We do have to win out now to hit 50%.
Whatever.
On to the I'm going to cut you off there because NFC Championship game is on the line. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers take on the Green Bay Packers, 3:05 p.m. Eastern time on Sunday. The Packers are 3.5-point favorites. 57% of early bettors are on the Packers. Fat Guy, who you got?
This is like I said, I don't like betting in the playoffs very often, because there's usually not much of a disparity. You just have good teams playing each other. Bucks are a good team any way you slice it. We knew this going in. We just didn't feel during the year they were as good as people thought they were, and that's probably I sound like Danny Green there. At 3.5 points, we're just going to take the points. We're going to take the Bucks. I think there is value at Bucks, perhaps 4.5. 3.5, I don't know. I'm not really interested in either side. I would take the Packers at -2.5 if it did dip that low. At 3.5, I'm probably not going to bet the game. I would like to get the Bucks plus 4.5 at a reasonable price line. I'd even go as far as -107, but that's what it would be for me. But again, we have to choose a game every single. So we have to make a selection for every single game. And I did like that like downtrodden iteration where it's supposed to be smooth, and I just messed it up anyways. But that's part of the show. It's done in one take. It's charming, as they like to say. There's a cat. And 3.5 points, I feel like the Bucks is probably the best way to go as far as a forced gun-to-your-head contest pick. I did really enjoy their performance, though, against the New Orleans Saints, especially on defense. Green Bay, I feel like that game could have been covered just as easily by the LA Rams. Not to mention, I wonder how hurt Aaron Donald really was playing that game. But the Packers, I would say, are probably the favorites to win the Super Bowl, considering the uncertainty of Patrick Mahomes. Not only his concussion, but also his ginger left leg, it looked like, during that pass contest against the feisty Cleveland Browns. So the pick is going to be the Buccaneers, and that's going to be the way to go. Big Rye, if you could highlight, though, what a good result is these last four
this is unreal. I was bringing it up to you right before we started the video, but the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they were the number one bet team as far as number of bets. So the most popular team to bet for or bet against this year as far as number of bets. They were 7th when it came to the percentage of bets. They're 8th when it came to the percentage of money. So a very, very heavily bet team. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers led by Tom Brady. I'm sure that helps. And the Green Bay Packers, they were the number one team as far as the percentage of bets went. So the amount of the public per game was more on Green Bay than any other team. They received the third most amount of dollars wagered on those games as well.
Pros liking them too.
Yeah, and number 4 for number of bets. So the Packers still receiving a ton of bets. The 4th most bet team or most bet against team the entire year, which is very, very interesting to note. And then while we're doing this, I might as well just keep going because the next game is going to be Buffalo at Kansas City. Buffalo was 4th as far as percentage of bets, 8th as far as the number of bets, only 14th, though, for percentage of money. And then conversely, Kansas City, number 2 for percentage of bets, number 1 for percentage of money, and number 3 for total overall bets. Can you think not only the NFL, but books as well? This is just going to be an absolute killing for both sides. People are going to be tuning in, watching both of these games. I wouldn't be surprised if it's record numbers as well to watch these games. This is going to be very interesting. And the bet numbers, they eclipsed 30,000 bets, I believe, for the last game on Sunday as far as number of bets. I wouldn't be surprised to see it at least hit 30,000 plus for these games.
I think 50 is reasonable. I honestly do, because I think there's going to be a lot of drama that's going to be able to extract it from these storylines because they got what they really want, the NFL, and think of the rule changes to support my theory. they want quarterbacks. They want likable guys. They want faces of franchises, and they're going to get it 4 ways. Obviously, the
Unreal.
Mahomes injury is in doubt, but that Mahomes injury, let's think of it this way. They can use that Phoenix from the ashes type thing where they can do, Mahomes is coming back, playing through injury, creating a dramatic storyline, soap opera for men, and then not to mention Josh Allen has turned into
a premier quarterback in the league.
Premier quarterback in the
MVP
National
season.
Football League, MVP type season. He is the face of the Bills, face of the franchise. You're going to get that. Tom Brady coming back. They're going to highlight it's his 14th. Can you even believe that? 14th conference championship game. I can't. That's insane.
It's unfathomable for
It's
one player.
unfathomable.
I
One
think he's,
player.
I read somewhere, I'm gonna get this wrong, but like 90. He's played in more championship games than 90% of NFL teams.
Yeah, that
That's
sounds
crazy.
about right.
That's
sounds
crazy.
about right.
That's a crazy stat.
So think about the storyline there, and then they're going to be like, is this his last kick of the can? They'll tease retirement. Do you know what I mean? That's another talking point. And then Aaron Rodgers, can he win the big one in his second attempt? Or can he win his second big one? Do you know what I mean? With this strong Packers team. Because Aaron Rodgers, of course, playing at the highest of levels as well. Really a resurgence since his career last year, which was what they consider by most standards a bit of a down one. But more or less, what does this all equate to in the betting realm? Kind of chalk. Really does, doesn't it? They want to get equal money on both sides. How much value can there be on a bunch of popular teams playing each other? Just probably that's negative on both sides. That's my opinion. On to the next game.
On to the next one, which is Buffalo taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. This is going to be the AFC Championship on Sunday at 6:40 p.m. Eastern Time kickoff. Chiefs right now are 3-point favorites. 46% of early bettors are on the Chiefs, who at this moment are undecided at who they are going to start at quarterback.
Well, I've already taken the Bills, I'll be honest, at 3. But my whole plan is to mitigate that risk by betting on the Chiefs if Mahomes is going to come back healthy, which I imagine he is, let's be honest, because it really falls into like the marketing of this. So even though they're, going to be very careful, let's say, with players, this is one time where I could see a little bit of company intervention, let's call it. Not that I'm into conspiracy theories, but Mahomes not playing for this week or perhaps the Super Bowl in 3 weeks. This is very, very detrimental to ratings, and it's just billions of dollars realistically. And it's not like the Chiefs don't have something at stake. They really need him to play this game. The Bills are not rollovers, right? So my idea is that there is a chance he couldn't play, like maybe 20 to 30%, and you could buy on the Bills. You could do it quite large, and then buy the Chiefs money line, and then really just between the two, risk one unit where you're going to lose down the line. That's assuming Mahomes gets cleared, and then you also get a free roll to make a small profit on a Chiefs win by 1 or 2, and then a break even on a push by 3. But anyways, that's my theory to kind of mitigate injury risk. And then at the end of that, the reason I want to do that is none of those scenarios are that good because the Chiefs have to win by 1 or 2. The main scenario is if in the event Mahomes doesn't play or is clearly injured, because don't forget he does have a lower leg injury, then you just have a really good number on the Bills, because I believe the Bills should be about 6.5 point underdogs with a healthy Mahomes, if not 7. So I do think there's value in that. However, the uncertainty of Mahomes adds this whole new dynamic. So that's one idea I bought the Bills to hedge perhaps and take a small negative AV versus perhaps a very positive EV in having the Bills when Mahomes is out for sure, because I think this 3 line is in the middle of the road. And I think that if Chad Henne, the news Henne comes out, if the news that Chad Henne is starting comes out, then the Bills are going to end up being favorites, and I'm going to say reasonable ones too. So then your 3 looks real good. So that's what I'm going to be doing, and it's an advanced hedge play. I don't suggest it without doing some serious math and some serious thinking. And don't forget, that all could change by the time this video comes out.
The one thing I want to add to this, Fat Guy, is something that we didn't see in the regular season, is that there is been relatively a substantial amount of fans at these games, both for Kansas City and Green Bay. So just remember, guys, when you are doing your handicapping at home, home field advantage hasn't meant anything this year over the regular season, largely in part to there not being fans in the stands. So take that into consideration when you are doing your own handicapping, that these games are going to have some fans. And to some people, that might not mean anything. To some people, that might mean a lot. But that's always going to be on personal preference, what you think fans mean for home field advantage. And the other thing, too, is the weather for both of these games is going to be very cold. These are going to be winter-type games. We looked at the 7-day forecast yesterday. We haven't looked at the updated versions today. But, guys, keep your eye out on the weather for both of these games because it could be a factor.
Cold as a witch's areola, as I like to say.
All right, Fat Guy. So let's go on to the lightning round Bucks Packers.
Tom Brady 12, TB 12, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
And the Buffalo Bills at the Kansas City Chiefs.
I get Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. Hopefully this is a good line. I'd really like Mahomes to play, and this is a bad line, though. Easily
our fastest lightning round of all time. Onto the divisional round leaderboard. Show me your touchdowns, and Bob 4-0 for the divisional round. We also have a handful of people at 3-1. Unlikely Hero, Flea Bit, Peanut Monkey, My Name is Mud, Zitvono, Hot Chub, Time Machine, and Jimmy Huang 888.
There you go.
Also, shout out to two
key viewers, contributors, one
Mickey,
close to the show, in
DJ
Mickey Hill
Sherwin.
and DJ Sherwin.
Hell yeah. So shout out to all you guys in the top 10 there, especially Show Me Your TDs and Bob going 4-0. Not an easy week as far as picking games according to us. And then on to the leaderboard for the picks against the spread for the entire NFL playoffs. Show Me Your TDs with that strong 4-0 helps him vault up the leaderboard to the top spot at 7-3. It's a 5-way tie between Show Me Your TDs, 888, aka Jive Turkey, Gay for Fat Guy, and Intergalactic Planet Terry. We also have a handful of people at 6-4 here. My Name is Mud, Playoff Josh Allen, DJ Sherwin, the one and only, the infamous Cassone, as well as Hot Chub, Time Machine. So all of these teams still live with 3 games remaining. There will be an OU Price is Right selection for the Super Bowl to break any ties. If that doesn't work out, you guys always know we spin the wheel.
We love spinning the wheel.
One of the most probably the most exciting thing that happens all year is that wheel spin.
And don't forget, as Anti-Entity would say in Mad Max Beyond the Thunderdome, break the deal, spin the wheel.
Yeah, that was exactly what I was thinking.
Yes,
On to
I know.
the JS715 name of the week, honorable mentions. Fat Guy, this is your segment. Take it away.
Foosball is the devil. Of course, we're talking about Kathy Bates in the wonderful Adam Sandler movie. Not that I like very many of it, but as a kid, this was a decent one. Waterboy. And, it's Joe Montana, the linebacker, not Joe Montana, the quarterback. Country Road, Take Mahomes. Did it ever? And wasn't he injured the old country way, as the Iron Sheik would say? Impeach Pittsburgh, getting a little political here. We're okay with that. Seahawks D was guarding the Capitol. Well, there was an insurrection, I guess you could say. The Seahawks snuck across the Peace Arch border. Look for the Fat Guy. Technically, that's not far away from where I am. I'm giving it away a little bit, but it's still a community of 40,000. Good luck finding me. State Farm wants KB. State Farm wants Green Bay versus Kansas City Super Bowl. I almost put that one in. I almost did because that's with the commercials. It's interesting. It's topical. The only reason I didn't is because you'll see it is for very for personal spite reasons. It's very childish of me. Barfing my picks, of course. The capitalize BRFG. Got to put it in there. And Master Phrenologist. I don't know if you're into cryptozoology, but it's worth taking a look. I can't go over that subject on a YouTube video.
That barfing my picks is actually a pretty clever one. The Seahawks snuck across the Peace Arch border to me had me laughing.
He's a local. Only a local would make something like that.
And then the other thing I want to note here is it would have been very, very interesting if Cleveland made it to the finals because of Baker Mayfield's agent. And I could only imagine how many more commercials Baker Mayfield would have had if they made the Super Bowl.
They'd get worse next year, probably.
This is the JS715 Name of the Week. Whoa, kaboom!
Now, thank you, Tim Kitzrow. This is the JS715 Name of the Week. I smell 3 Jeffersons. Now, this is produced by, I don't know if we'll put the music in. We're getting lazy these days, meaning you. Cue the music. Dylan Toddfield. Now, I smell 3 Jeffersons. This is in relation to a 3-1 wager made between Dylan and myself on the Saints winning the Super Bowl. Now, they didn't, and the 3 Jeffersons in question were not dispersed to Dylan. Instead, 1 Jefferson perhaps was paid by Dylan to the fat guy. So we'll call it a victory. I guess sometimes you do gamble at the right price. 3-1. 3-1. He actually thought that 3-1 was a good price on the Saints winning the Super Bowl, and it wasn't. And it didn't come to fruition. And I'll have my cake and I'll eat it too.
I think this is actually a good time to highlight that you and Dylan actually made another bet on stream. Do you want to highlight what that bet is?
We did. I gave him, I believe, 4-1 on him winning his next fantasy league, including the playoffs. 16-week Big Ryan, the Fat Guy Fantasy Playoffs. We don't know how many leagues we're going to have going. We're going to have at least 1, up to probably 4, I would imagine. So again, we'll be sending emails out to contest participants to see if they want to, and there's a free prize. This is I'll blank it out. I'll send you a bank draft, like U.S. bank draft if you're in the U.S., like I did for Cassone, and that's just a receipt from one of them. Or I can send you Bitcoin if you win, or perhaps even PayPal. So that's one way of going. I don't know why I went through that, but anyways, we'll be giving out prizes next year, and it will be heavily advertised. So Dylan, 4-1 to win his fantasy league next year. I don't like his odds.
Remember, guys, you can make your picks for the AFC and NFC Championship games at BigRyanTheFatGuy.com. There's also going to be a link in the description you can follow to make your picks as well on the Google form. There is a t-shirt on the line for the playoff winner, so any of those teams with 7 or 6 wins, you guys are still in this game to win the Big Ryan Fat Guy t-shirt. Fat Guy, that is it for the AFC and NFC Championship picks against the spread. No surprise to anyone that we've taken the dogs in Tampa Bay and Buffalo, but not a lot to glean from as far as market plays early on. No. And really the biggest gamble, I guess you can say, is on the early line between Buffalo and Kansas City, because we both predict that this line will move depending on the news if Patrick Mahomes is going to be playing. There is rumors going around that this is the line that Mahomes is going to play, but I have a feeling that that line is going to touch up just a little bit if there is news that Mahomes is officially in. That is it, guys. Good luck for your picks and your wagers for the AFC and NFC Championship games.
Happy playoff.